Morten Iveson, the writer of the original Hitman series, probably had no idea how large his series would actually become. With 10 games to date, the series has taken its place in the pantheon of great stealth games. This series has shown consistent improvement over time, evolving in complexity, its writing, its immersion, and its gameplay, maintaining great scores across the board. If we're talking mostly about Steam games, most of the mainline Hitman games have maintained a very positive score. In fact, some of them have even reached overwhelmingly positive status. And as you probably know if you own any Steam games, maintaining this status is very difficult over a long period of time. Hitman itself has been a great series at iterating on its content and showing that progression over time. The company that made Hitman to what it is today, IO Interactive, founded in 1998, in the same year as the original Metal Gear and the Ocarina of Time. This was a golden era of gaming, and it was only just about to begin. A studio known for its attention to detail, in its beautifully crafted levels, down to its subtle nuances in its writing. It's also responsible for games like Freedom Fighters, an old school shoot 'em up and one of the first iterators of AI teammates. For those of you who are new to the Hitman series, Hitman is a third-person stealth game where you play as Agent 47, an agent who has a plethora of methods to dispatch his target. This man is the John Wick of the video game universe. I have personally dispatched a target using a muffin. Yes, you heard that right. A muffin. Carefully planning an assassination and seeing the fruits of your labor pay off is an incredibly rewarding experience. From the exquisite character animations to the hilarious physics, there is truly something for everyone. I cannot recommend this series enough. Seriously, the Hitman franchise has continued to impress me for 22 years. 22 years! And not only me, there's a huge fan base who are always playing the games, and they have some awesome highlight videos on YouTube. I really recommend them. Seriously though, these people who make these YouTube videos are amazing. And if you're familiar with the Ace Combat community, you'll know what kind of videos to expect. Anyways, let's move on to graphics. The Hitman series has improved its graphics with each iteration, becoming more refined and showing attentiveness in even the most mundane of day-to-day objects. The lighting has always been a strong suit for the latest generation of Hitman games, and as you can see in the clip, it's no different here. Reflections of floors and other materials is also on point. Some games can make the light look muddy when trying to implement this, but IO have obviously taken the time to make this detail really stand out. That's not all. The volumetric fog is another standout. I noticed this in the countryside mission that you undertake as Agent 47. Meandering through the corridors of an eerie mansion, the light shining through the windows, and interacting with the dust particles is truly a sight to behold, shifting and flowing as the bodies of NPCs walk through them. Architecture is a part of world building in the video game industry that we, as consumers, don't always appreciate. It plays a huge role in part of our understanding of the levels we engage with, and the feeling that the worlds portray. Small crevices and antique furniture in a grandiose mansion to massive indentations in larger-than-life pillars of a skyscraper in Dubai make this world swell with individuality and distinctiveness. Are there poor textures and pop-ins? Yeah, sure. But at this point, the developer experience with the engine really shows, and I barely see them. IO have really outdone themselves with their levels this time around. There is one more place I want to talk about, but that's going to be for later in the video. Hitman's core gameplay is mostly stayed the same across its games, occasionally adding new mechanics and gimmicks. However, the core fundamentals always keep coming back. Multiple ways to tackle each mission gives vast replayability, and there's also a variety of difficulties: casual, professional, master. Each offer a slew of different experiences And with said experiences come different challenges which are designed to make you flex your creative Hitman muscle in order to zero your targets. And gotta say, those of you who like master difficulty, you're masochists. Or maybe I just suck, if I'm being honest. I'll take professional difficulty and my unlimited saves, thank you very much. Speaking of punishment, the amount of items that you can use to take down your mark is absurd. It's like someone watched John Wick 100 times and then decided, you know what, taking down a target with a pencil is not enough. Insert banana in one hand and a muffin in the other. Somewhere around the level there's a Starbucks customer with a missing muffin. There's also the return of some staple weapons, the briefcase, a silenced pistol, vibewire being another. Vibewire being my favourite one to use. In fact, it's so lethal you get marked down at the end if you actually try to use it, unlike some wires in other games that have the force of a wet noodle. The fiberwire is a good lethal option if you don't care for such performance grades. The trusty flying briefcase is another good option. With improvements to the game engine, every button prompt and interactive action is executed as swiftly as the weekly haircut that Agent 47 gets at his local barbershop. The solid improvements in the game over the last 10 years really show in Hitman 3, giving a satisfying experience every time I play the game, and leaving me wanting to attempt the mission again and again. This one will be short and sweet. IO have done an amazing job optimizing this game. For the purposes of illustrating this game's performance, I've left a NVIDIA FPS counter in so you can see the results for yourself. I'll also include a picture of the benchmark. I never fell below 60 frames per second, even in the most taxing environments, and I'm actually surprised considering the amount of NPCs there were. Noticeable frame drops, especially on the starting level, were non-existent. Even in later levels that include rain and neon, lighting, the performance, and the world itself was still silky smooth, and I never had issues. For reference, I'm running every setting at its max level. I have a 3080 graphics card and an i9 processor.
Position and ready to assist. Good luck, 47.
47. Come in. 47, do you copy?
I'm here.
Are you in position?
I'm heading towards the point of entry.
Good. Get back to me when you're there.
I have to say though, the Hitman 3 soundtrack had me vibing, whether it be the orchestral music from the first mission or the techno music from the Berlin level. The fusion of visual effects, auditory sound waves sent me back to a time where you could actually go to raves. The excellent music only serves to immerse you in the world as you blend into crowds, stalking your prey like an apex predator that you are. With the music blaring, I can just close my eyes and almost put myself into the game world. A nifty suit, a shiny head, a beverage of choice. An espresso martini please, bartender. The name? Wick. I mean 47. I mean Peter. My name is Peter. Back to the review though. Do yourself a favor. When you play this game, get yourself a pair of decent headphones, crank up the volume, and enjoy. You'll thank me later. It's not just the music that makes this good though. Even the minutiae of small actions such as opening doors, or the sound of friction on your target's neck as your fiberwire tightens, choking the life out of them, sound incredibly detailed. No doubt in my mind that the sound engineering team is top notch. and they've combed through these soundtracks with excruciating detail. It's paid off, that's for sure. Thank you for coming to the end of the video. I really appreciate it. It's my first video and I'm hoping to make many more, so if this gets a good reception, it'll be a really good first step to doing that. Now onto the review score. Very simple, I use a traffic light system for this. Green light means go ahead and buy it, it's safe to buy, we should support the developers to bring these kind of games into the gaming industry and support this kind of development for us, the consumers. Amber means probably wait for a sale. Have a look at the reviews, see how you feel about them, go to all the websites that you need to do this, and if you're confident in buying this, go ahead and buy it. But keep it in mind. Red means don't touch this game. You're better off burning your money. There are plenty of games that might fall into this category in the future, and I'll try to be as objective as possible, but if it's red, in my opinion, don't touch these games. I'll be posting the score on the next slide. Thank you for tuning in once again. I'm Alex, this is the Bearded Breakdown. I hope to see you on the next show. See you soon.